One more. It at which my network is poor this evening. Yeah. My side, I don't understand. For you. Okay. Yeah, so basically, like I said earlier, today we'll be talking about objects in JavaScript, basically. So let me ask first, in normal English, so please, I would like you guys, like I said earlier, if you're not in a noisy place, please feel free to unmute yourself, because I would like the class to be as lively as possible, like to be an interactive session, please, because I'll be asking some questions, basically. So let's talk in normal English, right? So what do you think? What is an object? So let's just start from there. Please, I don't need to call your name before you need to respond, please. In normal English, layman language, what do you think an object is?
Anything that has weight and occupies space
Anything that
and is
has weight and space.
occupies space and is inanimate. Okay, we have animate
Inanimate.
and
Okay.
inanimate objects though, yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Thank you. Any other idea?
Anything that can be seen or touched.
All right. Thank you very much. So, I think I will actually go for that. So, you guys are actually correct, right? So, um, in a nutshell, right, in simple English, right? So, I say an object is just like a material or anything that can be what touched or seen, right? So, can you guys give me an example of an object? Or maybe you guys should just look at 7 by 1. Give me two examples of object that you can see around you. Hello, can you guys hear me? Just mention two objects that you can see around you, wherever you are now.
Chair, shoe,
Chair and what?
shoe,
Shoe. Okay, that's fine. Next person.
Book.
Can see book. And what?
Pen.
And a pen. Okay, that's fine. I'll be back about you.
Yes, sir. Bag and bicycle.
Bike and bicycle. That's a slot. Okay, I think the
Bag,
answer is
bag,
bag.
bag, bag, bag.
Okay, bag. Yeah. So that's fine. So basically that's just an example of an object, right? So basically in real life, objects are things like your houses, cars, people, bicycle, books, pen, anything that you can see, right? One of the things you have to know is that all these objects they has different properties, right? Or if I call them like characteristics, what actually define them. For instance, many of you, if you are using your phone, at least you have a phone, right? So your phone is also an object. Am I right? And it has a property. The property of your phone may be quite different from the properties of other person's phone, basically. Right. So okay, let's use car as an example. Every one of us know what a car is, right? So a car has properties like color, name, weight, model, and so on like that. Your phone has a name, right? It has an operating system that is running, right? That's a property, right? It has a model, right? It has a color. So those are the properties of your phone, right? So now coming to JavaScript, so we said we have what? An object, JavaScript. Basically, okay, I think I should open my JS code now, and so I'm going to open a new let's open a new folder and just call this JavaScript class. And guys, if I start writing Python, please, you guys will come into order. All right. I'm just going to create a file now. So let me just call it scripts.js. So normally, let's say for instance now, we want to define a car. Guys, unmute yourself and tell me properties of the car. So basically, you can actually create those properties in variable. What are variables? Variables are just like a container that's a store. You can store things, right? See them as a bucket where you can store stuff. Anytime you need them, you can call them. Am I correct? Please let's respond.
Yes, sir.
Like response in my class. Okay. So now give me some properties of a car, for instance. Yeah.
Color.
So color. So you can say color is equals to, let's say, black, for instance, right? Then what other property do we have?
Shape.
It has a shape. Shape. Okay. Yeah, give me the
The
example of
boundary plant.
the yeah.
I
You
said
said I said shape.
the type of the car, like the model. If it is maybe Toyota, Honda, and something like that, sir.
Is that what it is? Hello. Is that it? Hello, guys, please respond, please. You can't keep me to my class. It's very important.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm actually asking who says shape. Okay, let's just use something that we are all familiar with, so it will be more easier.
Yes,
So at least the car.
I was saying type, sir. Like a model type or model.
Yeah, so you can have a model, right? So let's say Toyota, for instance, right?
Yes,
Anyone.
sir.
Hello. At least we have like 3 people in this class. Am I correct? So why are you guys not talking?
Size.
Size or weight? Let's say weight. So let's say for something about maybe 850 or 800 kilogram, right? Okay. Any other thing?
How about speed,
Uh,
sir? Speed.
speed. Okay. So we can actually call that as a what's it called? As a method. Don't worry, we get to that. We get to that later. So now we are talking about the properties that a car can have, right? You say it has a color, black, model, Toyota, weight of like 800 kilogram, right? Well, a car, the weight of the model of the car is not even like um Toyota, because Toyota is a name, is a brand name, right? So it can be, for instance, let's say Lexus, so and so, right? But let's read this one to me, so it will be more easier. I want us to be real, right? Okay, now let's assume that this is just the 3 things that we are able to come up with, right? So that let's talk in form of a form, for instance. So a form must have a name, right? So it can be a name of, let's say, Nokia, right? So it must have a model as well, right? Let's say
Sir, please, your voice is
there
breaking, or is it just from my end?
is
I can't hear his voice too.
Sir, we can't hear you. Please, can anybody hear anything?
No,
Yeah, he has left the group or the call meeting rather.
I'm here watching up.
God, I beg.
I don't even know the properties he's looking for. Oh, Jesus.
Gladys.
okay. So can you guys hear me now? Don't know. My network is not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I was giving an example of properties of your phone this time around, right? So you can say the operating system is, let's say, Android, right? So we can go on to describe the phone. Now, imagine that maybe the property that you are of an object that you are trying to create is close to like 20. So that means you have to create what? 20 variables. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, for us not to be stressing like ourselves like that, that's why we have what we call objects.
You are not sharing your screen with it, sir.
Oh, like seriously? Okay, I think because of that network that's kicking us the right time. So I'm going to share my screen back now. Where is okay? Let me just see my whole screen. So can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, right? I said we may imagine that we have about 20 properties. So that means we have to create 20 variables, right? So that is not actually good enough. So that is the reason why we have a opportunity to create an object. So object actually allows you to create multiple items inside a single variable. Sorry, what was going on here? Okay, this is because of this. Sorry. What's happening? Okay. All right. Sorry. So basically, you can actually create an object. So it's just in form of a variable as well, right? So, but this time around now, you use, so let's just say, for instance, phone, that's the name of our object. And then you put um, the properties inside your, what is it called now? Yeah, hello, I can't get, oh, wow, which kind of network is this? So I've even gone since. Ah, okay, I think I'm back. All right. So, like I said, right, I said what you just need to do is create the variable, right, and you put all the properties inside your curly bracket. So the properties actually comes in form of, like what you have here is comes in form of a what, a property um, key and value pair, right? So, or you can call it name and value pair, basically. So this time around now, what you just need to do is just declare those name, right, and put this and then the value of the property, for instance, Nokia, right? Comma, you separate them by comma. Then model, right? So we say it's plus 310, right? And then the color, which is blue. And lastly, the operating system, which you call what? Android. So basically, so you see now that we've actually stored all these things and they are all inside a single what variable. So you don't actually need to what to declare multiple variables again. So object actually solve one problem there. So now, how do you access all these properties, right? Actually, this is not the only thing that you can store in your objects. You can also store what we call a method. So I just see method as a normal function, right? But anytime you declare a function, you create a function inside an object, you have to call it what? A method. Now that you guys have been using objects all this while, but you may not know. In fact, so many, like let me say all the data types in JavaScript, they are objects. Your string is an object, array is an object, right? For instance, if you try to create an array of item now, let me say let's items equals to, let me just say 1, 2, 3, let me just create something like this. And if you try to check, let's go for not print. What do you even, okay, let's use console.log. Yeah, if you try to console log your items, so and see, let me bring this up. Please, if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, please just let me know. So if you try to do something like type of items, so let's see. Oh, I don't want to say Python for God's sake. Oh, I think it's node scripts or JS. Yeah, so you can see it's telling that okay, the type of this object is what of these items is an object. So if you also look at the type of phone as well, if you look at the type of phone as well, see it should also give you an object, right? So all those things, many of them are actually an object. Even if you create a function, okay, let's create a function. I'll just say const my function is equals to, wait, have you guys done arrow function? So I'll not carry it to where you don't know.
Yes, sir. I've done our function.
Okay. So let me just say console. Let me just log this. Log hello. Okay. So if you look at the type of this my function as well, so yeah, this is actually showing you that it's a function, but okay, I think it's because I'm using another function, but basically, like I said earlier, right, many of all these data types, they are actually an object, right? So now let's move forward. Like I was talking about, how do you now access all this how do you access all this stuff, all this properties that we actually added inside them here, right? That's actually added here. So basically, what you just need to do to access them is just the way you access your item in an array. You know, if you create an array, if you want to access any item in an array, you use what dictionary, which is 0, 1, and so on like that, right? But this time around now, you actually access them through their name, right? So you can do something like let's log. I'll just log this now and say phone. Basically, if I just log phone, this is just going to show me all these items, basically, right? So, but if I say phone now and put name there inside, so this is going to show me what Nokia, right? You know, if you are using array, what you need to do is you pass in either 0 or 1. That's the position of that item. But this time around now, you're not doing that. You're passing the name of that property, right? So it has to be inside a quotation mark, right? So Nokia. So if you want to access the operating system, just say operating system, right? So that's going to show you Android. So that's not the only way. So the other way around is by you using dot notation. So you can just say phone dot what color or anything. So this will show you the color. You can see blue. So if you say phone dot what operating system, this is going to show you Android, right? So that's the way what it will actually work. So like I said, you can actually store multiple things, different things inside an object. For instance, we can even create a function here. So like I said, if you create a function inside an object, so you have to call them if you create any function inside an object, you call them a property. I mean a method, not what's it called again? Not function, right? So how do you do that? So now I can just say, for instance, let's say ring. That ring is the name of this function this time around, right? So this time around, you can see that I did not put any name here. So that means the name of this function is this ring, but it's called a method for it. So I can just say, okay, let's say for instance, let's just also log I don't even need a parameter, but if you want to not put a parameter, I can put it there. So I can just say, how do we, let me just say range, basically, right? So this time around, how do I call this function? Who can let me know? So if I want to call this function now, so how do I call it? I want to print out this ring. So how do I do it? So did I serve anybody in this class?
So I've not been hearing you. I just started hearing you now.
Like seriously? Oh my God! Wait, what was the last thing you had?
But I still had where you said how it is to call the function, but that was when I left and just rejoined the meeting back.
Oh, okay. So in Allah, who is the person that's talking now?
That the
What
last
was
thing I
that
had
thing?
was ring.
Range. Okay. Yeah, I was asking that how will I call this function, right? So I said your inside your object, you can actually create a function, right? So this time around, you are saying that you are creating a function. We call the name what range, right? So this is a function here, and I console log what range. So I'm now asking that how will I call this function? inside this object? So that's my question. Can you guys hear me? I think cannot hear me again. Hello? Wait, what's going on? I'm still in this class now. What's happened? Please, I'm waiting for a response. Talk, 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 talk.
So
You can't
the
keep this in
function is
class.
not like it's not supposed to be after the ring, right? I'm sure I want to hear something.
This is my function here. Like I said, right, we can actually put anything inside our objects, including a function, right? And I said, anytime you create a function inside inside an object, we call it what? A method, right? As you've been seen earlier, right? This is a property, and property always contains what? Name and value, right? This is the name, and this is the value. This is the name, this is the value. In terms of function now, this is the name, ring is the name, and this is the value, right? But this time around now, the value that this ring is carrying is what? Is a function, right? So my question is that how do I call this function, this ring function? Just like the way I've been calling all these ones, right? When I want to print this 100, what did? I say phone dot operating system. Am I right? And it actually showed me this 100. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now the question now is that I want to
How
call
do you
this
call
function this
ring?
around.
You use ring now.
So you also going to say phone, either phone dot ring or phone into bracket ring.
Oh,
Okay. So
yeah. But
basically,
which one? For the ring or for the phone? Which one are you calling?
For the ring, what to call the function?
Oh,
the ring is inside the method now. I'll be inside the what's it
But
called?
now,
I'll be
Console
inside
yes,
the
dot
CS.
inside the
ring dot
object.
What is said?
console dot ring dot
Console dot ring. Okay. Another said console dot ring. Uh-huh.
console dot log dot sorry console dot log into
Uh,
brackets
uh-huh.
ring dot
Ring dot phone, right?
Sammy, I don't know again.
But I'm
Wait.
thinking
Okay.
it's going to be console.log phone.ring. Now, but because it's now a function, maybe it's not going to have this opening and closing bracket.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you. So it's actually like the same thing, right? The same way you've been calling all these every other properties. But the only thing that actually distinguishes here now is that what is a function. And right? Anytime you are calling a function, it's just a normal function, right? For instance, that you create a function to, let's say, to add two items together. Function, let's say add, right? Oh, sorry, I don't want to. No, wait, this is, oh God. I don't want to be writing Python here. I mean, I know Vex. Ah, God of mercy. Okay, so basically, right, I can just say 1 plus 2, right? And if I want to call this function, how do I call it? What I just need to do is what? I just say add. Am I correct? So this is me,
Yes,
and this is me calling it. If I did not put this, or what is it called? This bracket, this parenthesis there, I'm not calling it like that. So anytime you are calling a function, you have to put this what parenthesis there. So it's still not like the same thing as well here, right? It's still like the same thing, right? But this time around now, it's actually inside. It's actually inside an object, right? So the same way you've been calling all this one, using what the name of the object, which is phone, dot the name of the property. That's the same way you are going to call it, right? So I'll just say what phone, then dot what ring, which is the name of the function. This time around, now, this is the name of the function, right? Unlike the function I created before, like where I said what function add, right? Over here now, the name of this function is add. Am I correct? But this time around now, the name of this function is ring. So that's what you have to understand here, right? So I just say ring. Now this time I have to put this what this parentheses there. So if I save this now and run my code, so you can see say what ring. So it's showing me this. So that is basically how you create a method. So okay, let's say for instance, let's create another method. Let's call it what a person, right? Let's say person is equals to a person must have a name. Am I right? Name. Okay,
Yes, sir.
let's even first name. First name is John. Last name is Doe. Right? Okay, this guy has even given me. Thank you. So, last name is Doe. Let's say person have an address, right? And what else can it? Now let's not say for instance that you want to get the full name, so you can just create a function, right? I can just say what full name. Then and that's a function, right? So this time around now look at what I want to do here. I'm going to use what we call this. Please don't let this to distract you. So if I say this, what it just means is that this what's it called? Object, that's the meaning of this, right? It's just like you accessing, for this phone, the previous time when I want to print Nokia, what did I did? I said was phone dot name. Am I correct? So now I want to reference one word property inside this was it called this object. Remember they are in the same object, right? So what it does need to do, let's say what this is referring to the object itself. Then the name of the property you want to access, which is what first name. Then you can do something like, let's say plus um then plus this dot last name, yeah. So what's going to happen here? What I'm just trying to say, okay, look at this, the name of this object, get the first name from it, then add it together with what last name. So this will actually give you your full name, right? So this is actually a method this time around now. So if I want to access it, so normally I can just say, if I want to get the first name, I can do something like person dot first name, right? So I can also console log person dot, let's say, age, right? So now if I want to call the full name now, I want to get the full name. So who is going to tell me? Any other? I'll be Gladys. Have I even heard your voice today? Gladys, how will I print the full name? Let us talk, please.
Okay.
Please, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. So for
Okay.
the phone is going to be person dot
Mm-hmm.
the full name, that full underscore name
Mm-hmm.
into the bracket.
Yeah. So I can just say
Yeah.
into the bracket, right? So let's see. So you can see that it has actually concatenate the two together with undo. So basically, that is just the way how of this actually works, right? So, like I said earlier, objects can actually take different kind of item. So you can even store, save, what is it called? What's the name again? Array inside it. So I can say, for instance, let's say this person actually has multiple friends. So I can say friends equals to an array and put their name. I can say John, Joe, what else again? Habib. Which name do you have again? Gladys. I hope I'm sure spelling your name right. Eniola.
You're on point, sir.
And so on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so now these are the list of friends, right? So now the next question, Eniola, answer. How can I get Habib on this list? I want to print out Habib. Please, how do I do that? How can I print it out?
You can do console.log
Mm-hmm.
into bracket person
Mm-hmm.
dot friends
Mm-hmm.
open brackets
Mm-hmm.
0 1 2 2.
Thank you. So you can see, give you what Habib. So basically, that's just the way it works, right? So you can also have um, an object inside an object. Okay, it's even giving you a suggestion already. Phone. So this time around now, this person actually has a phone, and this is the phone of this person, Nokia. This phone and this time around. So you can see this is also an object, right? So now how we can now actually this time around now, I want to access operating system from this person. Remember, this person, this phone now is here, right? So it's also actually almost also like the same thing like me doing something like this, right? But this time around, I have to put this here. Do you get that? So it's the same thing like this. Okay, so I'm not confused with that. Let's continue. So how am I supposed to print this color? That is, wait, who did I call the other time? I think that's another, right? So let's get this answer this one. So I want to print blue out now.
Okay. Like you want to call it?
Yeah, I want to print it out.
Okay. Console dot log and the brackets phone.
Phone.
Yes. Dot.
Wait, so I'm saying, wait. This phone is inside this person.
Okay, it's inside the person. Okay.
If I not see my screen very well, so you
Um.
can see,
Oh, okay. It's inside the person. Then the
yes,
color is still inside the phone though.
yes.
Okay, so that would be person dot phone dot color
Mm-hmm.
into brackets blue.
This is bracket blue. Not
Yeah.
after. Person
Wait,
dot
into
wait.
brackets 0.
What are you trying to print?
Is it not the blue? We want to call out the blue. That's the color now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the color is inside, is a property of the phone.
Well, phone is a property of a person.
Yes, so that would be dot phone.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Then bracket. Okay. No, dot
Bracket.
color. Dot color.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Okay, I'm not done.
Well, that's it.
Okay, I thought you were still talking now. So you can see now. So it's actually very straightforward, right? So
But sir, I have
you
a
can.
question. I have a question.
What is the question?
Yes, so I was actually contemplating continuing that stuff, which is into brackets 0.
Okay, why?
Well, to follow what Eniola did earlier, where where she said into brackets 2.
Okay, so now I want to notice something, right? What another actually did earlier, he was talking about these friends, right? And if you look at these friends, what is the data type of these friends?
We have options like
These friends that I'm lighting here,
mm,
what is the part of this function of these friends? What is the data type of these friends?
array. Is it array?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's an array, right?
Array, yes.
So now, how do you access array? You make use of what? Zeros and ones, like the address number. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Like this Jordan is 0, do is 1, Abib is 2. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, for objects, you don't do that for objects. You call the name.
Mm.
Now, you already said that phone, Abi person dot phone, right? Then you said dot what? Dot color. So why do you want to say 0 again? Is this color, is there an array?
No, it's not an array. It's not inside brackets.
Did you get
Inside
that now?
curly brackets, yeah.
Yeah, so that is it. So the blue is just the normal value to this color. So you don't need to say 0, dot 0, Abi something like 0, 0.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, Habib, what is the other way? Other way? I think I made mention of it that you can either actually do dot notation or you can also use square brackets. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's use the square brackets to get um the name of this phone. So how do we do that?
Console dot log person dot phone into bracket person
Wait,
dot
you
phone into
said dot
bracket name.
person dot phone into brackets, something like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. And that's the name, right?
Name.
But you know, you can
Yes,
also
I
do
like that,
something
sir.
like this. You can also do something like this as
No,
well, right? Is it not possible?
I don't
Yeah,
think it's possible that way.
it's actually possible. Do you get? You know that? Look at this. This person is us is an object, right? So phone
Yes,
is
sir.
still so a property. So you can say phone, right? I can say name. Do you get? So that is just it. So you can actually use either of the two. So this is still the same thing as this, right? Person dot phone. Person is about the phone. Dot color. Name. Do you get? So it's still like same thing basically. So you can actually go
Yes, sir.
for
But
any
what
method
about what I
you
just said, like person dot phone into bracket name?
yeah, it will also work, right? It will also work if you say person dot phone dot then name. It's still the same thing, right? It's
Okay,
still the
sir.
same thing. It's still give you the same. Do you understand? It's still the same thing actually. So I'm just letting you know that you can do it this way. right? You can do it this way. It will work. Which other way? You can still do it, so do something like this. Is it possible to do it this way? So you see, I actually get the same thing in 3 different ways, right? But the thing is that try to always be consistent, right? So it's even like you can even do it in 4 different ways, right? You can still say something like dot name. So this four stuff, these 4 lines, they are still doing the same thing, but in different way. Person dot phone, they're not into bracket name. Person to bracket phone and to bracket name. Person to bracket phone dot name. Person dot phone dot name. They are still the same thing. You are still accessing the same item, but in different way. But it's actually very important for you to always follow the same pattern, right? So it's either you go with this or you go with this. Do you get? So that is just it, basically. So, but these 4 lines, we actually do the same thing. I want to read that. I want to read you get that right. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thanks, sir.
Yeah. All right. So now let's move forward. Now, when do you actually normally use this? You know, yeah. Make sure, especially in your projects, right? Very, basically, you will actually be fetching APIs. I know that you've not gotten there, so that it's still going to teach you how to fetch API. But your API will be coming in form of an object, actually. Let's say, for instance, now you have a blog, right? You want to display a blog in your web page. So basically, the endpoint that they are going to send to you, what's it called? This is just the way it's going to be called actually, basically, in form of an object, right? So then you can now what map to it and get what you need from there. Okay. Now you guys have done array, right? And you've done some array methods. Have you guys done map? Hello.
Hello,
Am I
sir.
still in this class? I said, have you
Yes,
guys
sir. I can
done
hear you, sir.
map? Have you guys done map method?
Map. Yes, sir. In our arrays method.
Yeah, some of the arrays method like map. Hey, can you guys see here? I don't know what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's do something now. Right. So I have this guy here. Uh, Now there's nothing here, right? So I know that you guys have not done you've not done, but don't worry, it's not too much. I hope I can still remember it actually. Let's see, what is the name of this guy now? What did I call it? Demo. Oh, let me just say this. Uh, so basically, I'm just trying to get this element by ID demo. So call it demo, right? Now, what I want to do now is that let's create a card. I'm going to create a div element called card. Now, um, now let's create an array. So we're just going to do as if we are fetching something from online now. So let's create an array of products, right? So I say this array of products is going to take this an array, and then inside the array now we now have multiple items. So let's call it so please you guys should give me different product name. Guys give me name. So name, let's say iPhone 16, right? Price. Okay, thank you for giving me this option. Okay, so let me just do another one. Let me see if this guy will give me difference. Well, God bless you. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so I have four products here now. Sorry, what did you say?
So they are giving you options. Like, what did you do? Is there any application you installed that is making the options pop up as you type?
Yeah, something like that. Don't worry. Yeah, something like that, actually. I'm using one extension like that. That's why. Okay, so basically I have lists of products now. So what I want to notice that array can actually take multiple items, right? So now I have a quite number of items here. I think let me give them an ID as well. Let's say this should be one. ID 2. ID 3. And ID 4. But the topic I'm teaching now, I hate it so much actually. So and that's one of the things that we have to actually put to stop to actually solve. So who is that? Oh, I think it's having issues with this network. Okay, so now I have multiple products now. So this is the way, like this is just how your always going to be structured basically. Anytime you are fetching an API from an API, right? It's going to be a list of items. Now you have these products, right? Now, how do we show them in our HTML page on this page? So that's what we're trying to do here, right? Okay, so the first thing we do, we actually get this element, which is this div that we create, right? So what we are just going to do is that we are going to put all these things inside this div, right? So now I'm going to create a card. So I'm going to create a div basically, right? This is a div. I think to make it even more easier, let's go and use let's use Bootstrap for instance. Do, 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 do. Again, I'm not downloading. Where can I even get this? What is it concerned? This is it, right? Don't want to stress myself. That's good. Okay. So we linked what is it called here, right? So now let's try to use that card. Where is card? Card. To be under components. Can't remember the last time I even used it. So okay. Yeah, let's use something like this. So I'm trying to create something like this, right? I hope I'm not gonna pass myself like this. Okay, so basically, I need this card, right? And inside this card, I need this image. I'm going to create an image, and then we create another div. We create an h5 paragraph and this. So let's go and create them one by one. So the next we need to create this image, right? So let's say to create an image here. So just say let's img equals to document dot create element. So you just create element img, right? So to create an h2, what else do we need to create here? The card body, right? Uh, so let's just do something like okay. Let's card body equals to div as well. Okay, I need a paragraph as well. So what does that mean? So I mean, not really need this one. Don't worry. Okay. So now, let's see how this is going to work. Now, the next I need to do now is to try to map through this product. If you want to map through a product, what do? You do what? Products. So you guys have already done map, right? Dot map. There are call products. Wait, have you guys done map function? Hello. Wait, am I still on this call? Maybe my network has skipped
Yes,
over.
sir, but we have not done a map function.
You've not done it. Oh, okay. So let me just try to explain that there. So basically, right, use map function to look through. Okay, you guys have already done. I want to do that. You've done loop, right, like for loop and so on like that. So it's still like the same way as well. But this time around
Yes,
now,
I've done.
you've done it in form of a function, right? So it's also an array method, basically. So you actually use it to look through your array, right? So how do you do that? What you just need to do is what call the name of the array, which is product, right? For here it's called what product. Am I correct? Then you do what dot map. It's actually a function. It's a function that takes function inside it, right? So you can see now. So product, which is the name of the array, then dot map. Then inside it, we call the name. You can actually give this anything, right? So it can be item, can be actually anything basically, but in a normal way, just you can call it product, just a singular item of this product, basically. Okay, then the next thing you just do is okay, I think for you not to actually stress you, okay, you guys have already done what is it called now? It's okay, I think I can see it then.
Hello, sir, please, I can't hear anything again. So I don't know if it's from my side.
I can't hear him too.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Oh, God.
I can
Hello,
hear
can you
you
guys
now.
hear me now? Oh, no more. Okay. So, like I said, right? I said um a map is actually an array method, right? It actually takes function as an argument, basically. So you can either create the function inside here, right? Or you can create the function outside. So the way you can actually do it anyhow you want, basically. So now, okay, let's try to create the function. Let's say we want to create it outside here. So you can just say something like, let's say function, then let's call it get product, for instance, or let's call it place product. It can actually be anything. Why is this? Right. Then what you just need to do is what you return anything you want to return. Okay, so now, so let's say for instance that, so we want to actually do the same thing we did here, right? Which is this card, image. We've already created them, right? The card, the image, and so on like that. So what I'm just going to do here is that I'll just say no, this is not no, I'm not actually creating a what's it called. This is not going to work because this is giving me a form of a okay. So let's see. Now I just need to call this create product here. Let me try to actually just not this. Okay, I need to link this up. Okay, yeah, I'm very sure this is not going to work, but let me just see what's going on here. No, this is showing me. If I showing you this, yeah. So this is not going to work. I know. So basically, what I need to do is what I need to do something like um card. Let's use something like inner HTML equals to product. Okay, product dot name, for instance, right? Then what else do we have inside this? We have the price, right? So let's create another H2 for the price. Okay, we can use that. Let's use paragraph for that. You can say p dot inner HTML equals to product dot what is that? The price. Or it can even be description or anything. Let's use the description first.
Please, I can't hear anything. Is it just my side?
I can't hear anything again from here too. It seems like this class we have to we like should I say we take ourselves or we should go and watch the video because it's kind of doing some things here that I can't comprehend it yet.
Huh?
So like
Please,
what is
can you repeat
currently
for
doing
me?
like I don't really understand it yet though.
Mm. He's trying to achieve something, and in the process, if you explain what he did, though, eventually explain. For now, it's still looking like trust the process.
Okay, no problem.
Eniola, why are you laughing?
Motivational speaker.
You have to find a way to encourage yourself.
Thank
And
you for
guys, well
encouraging
done.
me.
Okay,
Oh.
so